You did your research. That is so sweet. Yes. Wow, you're really cute. This hairdo, this is a very Spanish hairdo.
Oh, okay.
I am in Madrid. I live in Madrid, and you look, this is what the people are doing in Madrid. They're giving this. So cute.
Oh man, I should go there then. 'Cause
Let's go.
yeah, like I was like, I'll be right over. Hold on. I was so excited to see a character like Teddy come up in the universe. So I'm just so excited to talk to you about that. And just, to start off, what excited you most when you heard about this character?
First of all, I was a fan of the show. This is the first job I've ever had where I watched all of the seasons and then found myself inside of it. It was like nuts. It was weird day one to go into the set and be like, oh God, that's the cage. Oh God, that's actually Penn. Is he going to be Joe Goldberg? Like, who is this person? Right. So it was just so cool to enter the universe. And then I was excited about the position, right? Teddy is in a very specific position inside of that family. He's an outsider, different race, different culture, different background, different economic structure, structural background. So I loved that I was going to get to bring a different perspective to all of these rich, billionaire, white, British people, murder people, right? I was like, oh, Teddy gets to like come in and give a different side of reality. So I was just excited. I've learned in my career that I generally play the disruptor.
Mm.
And I love playing that position on a show because someone's got to play it. And I think that normally the black and the queer people, like we're the disruptors of life, right? And so we come in and we get to show people that there's another version of this story.
Well, you said you were a fan, so I do want to ask, if you watch any other Netflix series, what other one would you want to go and disrupt?
That's such a great question. What do I watch? I mean, strangely enough, I've just been watching these limited series. I just finished Adolescence. I just finished Colman's series, Colman Domingo series. I just wanted all that Colman Domingo is doing. That is what I want to do. The career that Colman Domingo is having is absolutely incredible, and I loved that show because it was about a black family inside of this scandal. And so whatever series it is, I like the idea of a thriller, anything that's thriller with black folks running through a thriller. It's like, it's my favorite. I mean, on some level, You is a thriller. And so I love anything that I get to come in, run, scream, and disrupt.
Well, I mean, you mentioned Coleman and he's wonderful, but you both played Bayard Rustin, so you're on your way to, follow in his footsteps.
You did your research. That is so sweet. Yes. In fact, I just had lunch with Coleman in New York last week, and he was such a, as far as Bayard is concerned, and maybe even bigger than Bayard, we had a lunch a couple of years ago in LA. And it was right as I was auditioning for Bayard, and he had just completed Bayard. And I was like, Coleman, they want me to audition for Bayard. I'm not ready. I don't think that I can't do it. I don't think that they're going to see me as Bayard. And he was like, Griffin, you can do it. You have a Europeanness about you. Like a James Baldwin. He was like, you've got this thing. Bayard had that thing, that dandy thing. And he was like, you've got it. I've got it and you've got it. And go in there and do it. And I got the job literally like days later. And I sort of meet with Colman. We have like touch base sessions with each other where we just talk about the business and our lives inside of the business. I count him as a friend and a mentor because we were talking about fashion, right? The Met Gala is coming and Colman is on the committee. And he was saying something to me about, I don't think he'd mind that I'm sharing this, but he said to me at this past lunch, he was like, I dress for all of us. I dress for you, and I dress for all of the Black men that are trying to elevate. And I loved that so much because it is so true. The way Colman is dressing, he was on the cover of Vogue. It's not just for him. It is giving me a window to go, I can wear a yellow suit on the red carpet. Because Colman is doing all of those things. I think I can walk in here with this yellow suit, and I don't think people are going to go, what is he doing? I think if we're going, yeah, that's what we're all doing now. So anyways, he's such a dear friend and mentor and colleague, and anything that he is doing, I want to work with him. That's what I want to work with him on something. So
I don't blame you. I do too. He's so calming too, just being around him.
He really is that guy. By the way, he really is like that in life. He's like a real artist. He's a real artist. So I could go on. This interview could be about Colman Domingo.
Right. I know he's going to be on Drag Race. I'm like, I can't stop bragging. I mean, just thinking of that, like what's a dream goal for you right now that you'd love to see yourself conquer?
I think for me, if I'm being honest, I want to lead a series. It hasn't happened yet. I've been in the business for 20 plus years, and I tend to play the position of the disruptor. And I would love to lead a series. Maybe I'm disrupting on the series, but I would love to lead a series where people get to peer into the world of what it actually is to be a gay Black man living in 2025. I would love to do that because, I watched this interview with Debbie Allen years ago that she gave about her position on Fame. She was very famous and she did Fame. And she said, I realized that people could never really know me if they didn't get to go home with me. And so I think that this is the time in our culture where we have to start to not just have these characters in place, but we've got to go home with them so we can really know what's happening behind those closed doors. What are the conversations they're actually having? And I would love to be a part of that. I think Colman is a part of that. I think Billy Porter is a part of that. So it's not just me. I think there's other people that are really pushing to open the door to go like, I think this person now deserves the position of number one.